welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're all doing well. Can we just appreciate this backdrop because I am vibing with this right now. This is a vibe. This is the vibe that I want to be around. If you guys can remember, I actually put a question poll up on my Instagram about 3-4 weeks ago now, asking you to send in some true or false questions, and I got quite a few. So I've actually saved them to my phone and written them down in my book that I'm going to be reading them off today, because obviously, as you guys know, I do film from my phone. I wasn't even going to film this video because obviously, I don't know, I didn't really have the time to, and then I've gone back onto my questions and they're actually quite funny. Obviously, as you guys know, this is not like a serious channel. I am just in my nightwear. It's a very sit down chilled video I am filming today. But obviously I like to speak to you guys as like you're my friends. It's not like a serious YouTube channel. I do everything on here, and I just thought this would generally probably make you guys laugh or just be your entertainment for a Tuesday night. Just pause me to go get a snack or a cold or hot beverage, then please do so. I've just got myself a coffee because I'm a coffee gal through and through, and I've only had one today, which is a lot for me. I'm normally on my 6th cup by like 7 PM and it's already 5 to 6. And they do say not to drink coffee past 6 PM, but can we all just touch upon the subject of this dark coffee? Like, why is it that dark? It's kind of putting me off drinking it now. It just looks like watery shit. So the first question I actually got asked, which is such a regular asked question over on my Instagram, is do you have any filler/Botox? So that question is false. So I don't have any filler or Botox whatsoever. I do get these questions quite a lot. I don't think I need any filler or Botox. I'm still quite young. I think I'm in my prime years now. I'm 25. I have just only turned 25 as well. And yeah, I don't think I need filler at the age of 25. If I want my lips looking a bit more full, I do just overline them with lip liner and Bob's your uncle. I like everything on my body and my face. I mean, we all have insecurities and stuff, but obviously you need to learn to love yourself, and obviously giving yourself compliments every single day, that does help with obviously your confidence and things like that. No, that is false. I don't have any filler or Botox. You and your sister secretly hate each other. No, that is false. That is absolutely false. Kaylee is like my best friend. Even though she is my sister, we are best friends. Obviously I've grown up with her my whole life. I've learned so many things from her. She is a very supportive, independent, strong woman, and I feed off that. She is just really inspiring as well. Obviously she has Penny at home, and she just does everything to make Penny happy. She keeps her family together. She's just a very lovely person. People who know me and Kaylee on a personal level, you will know that we don't secretly hate each other. She's my bestest friend and I'll do absolutely anything for her. She's just my bestest friend. But yeah, that question is false. I don't hate my sister. So the next question I got was, you left your old job because you was bullied. I wouldn't say that's a true question, but I wouldn't say that's a false question either. I'd say it was like an in-between, because the word bully, I wasn't bullied at my old job. I just fell out with a lot of people who were my friends. I think in the lockdown period we just went our separate ways. We just kind of like didn't really see eye to eye anymore, and then coming back into the office, it was just a little awkward. We didn't really have anything to speak about. I mean, it was a lovely job to get me into because it was such a nice, a nice location where it was travel. Obviously it wasn't too far away. It was like 5 minutes away in car and like 10 minutes away in bus. So it wasn't. It was really good for me to travel to, and it was an amazing job to get me started into the business side of things. I just think obviously some people don't really see eye to eye. Some people are not your people. Some people are not the people that you're going to go outside of work and go hang around with. Personal note, I just felt really isolated. I wasn't really included much with like outside activities, and I wasn't really like included in like the personal side of things. So if people had like group chats and stuff, I wasn't included. I was always really like spoke about. I wasn't really like anyone's best friend. I wasn't anyone's go-to person at my old job. and that can kind of really get into your head and make your mental health worse. So the best thing I could have done at that point is leave my old job, and that's what I did. But yeah, I quit, and then obviously I have been in touch with my old friends from my old job, and we are fine. We are going to meet up some week, and obviously we've got so much to catch up on. I think it's because at that time we was in a lockdown period. It was so busy, there wasn't much communication going around, there was people leaving, and I think everyone just got tied up in random shit and stress that obviously resulted in this. So yeah, that's a kind of true and false question, because I wasn't bullied, but I felt a little bit isolated, if that makes sense. The next question is, your body count is past 5. Absolutely not. No, if you know me on a personal level, and if you're in my life personally, you'll know I've only ever slept with 2 people in my whole life, which I think is really good considering I'm 25, and most of my friends are on 50, 60, and I'm just disgusting. Judging if obviously you have slept with loads and loads of people, I'm not saying that, but my personal level, it's not what I want, I don't want loads of people with my name in the mouth and things like that, and it's no, that just isn't my vibe. I mean, if I was seeing somebody or in a long relationship with them, then that's fair enough. Obviously you do get to that point where you do just come together. If I was just on a night out and stuff, and I wouldn't just go home with someone random and have sex with them. That's just not me. It's never been me either. I'm all about keeping my dignity and my self-respect to myself. If that's what you like to do, then that's absolutely fine, but on a personal level, that's just not me. I have got a question, and I just can't read it out because it's quite personal. Another question I actually got was, you lost your car through speeding. No. False. I did not lose my car through speeding. What happened to my car was quite personal, and I'm not going to put it on my YouTube or my socials, but obviously a lot of people do know that I lost my car at the beginning of December. Nothing serious, but yeah, I don't have my car anymore. I have to, obviously, I'm going to be saving up for a new one and things like that. But yeah, I've not stolen a car or things like that. I've not sped. It's just something quite personal to me. And yeah, I just got rid of it. Bad memories, bad vibe. I just needed to say goodbye to it. And yeah, that's the end of that situation. Next question I got was, you wear wigs. So that is true. So I do wear wigs because obviously my hair is not short anymore actually, guys. It's in a very short bob. I'd say a lob, so it's halfway. But I am currently wearing my wig still, yeah, because obviously my hair isn't long enough to wear it down on its own yet. And bearing in mind, I've just got used to these gorgeous little flicks now, do you know what I mean? My natural hair colour is brown, and I love the blonde. I am a blonde bitch through and through, at heart, all that good stuff. I'm still a wig wearer, and I'm so proud of it as well. And the best thing I did was cut my hair off because of how much good condition it's in now. Why didn't I do that sooner? Honestly, I'm quite proud of myself, because not everyone at the age of 24, and obviously in our generation in society, would cut their hair that short and go out and earn it. Whereas I actually didn't get a wig for about 2 months because I liked it. It was alright. It wasn't the best, but I could cope with it. I could style it. And then obviously when it grew a little bit, I started to curl it. I will put a photo up on here actually of me. It looks fucking BU. I mean, look at that. Who is that bitch? But then, who is this bitch? Do you know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever say goodbye to my wigs. I just love them too much. They're just such a comfort thing for me. I think comfort is key, and I'm so used to them now. I really am. So if I was to say goodbye to my wigs, I don't know what I'd do. Even when my hair does eventually grow back into my bob, I don't really want to say goodbye to them. I don't really want to not wear them anymore, because I'm just so used to them now, and they do just and they're so easy to put on. Spending so much doing my hair, I could just whop this on, brush it through, get my hair placed where I want it, and then out the door I go. It's not I'm sat there for about an hour styling my hair, me not liking it, then putting it up in a bobble, not liking that either, and then straightening it, not liking that either, and then washing it and doing it all over again, when I can just put this in, Bob's your uncle, fun is your aunt. Next question, have you ever been paid by a brand yet? So that is false. I've never been paid from a brand yet. I mean, I have received so many like gifted PR opportunities and, you know, people just sending me over some nice like gifts and stuff like that, which I'm always so grateful of. I don't think the paid part is like a huge thing. I don't even mind that I don't get paid from the brands. I just love to be able to like share what I've got with you guys to obviously help promote it to like my audience, which is you lovely lot. I didn't even know like little old me would ever receive like so many emails, because I think I receive around like 10 to 20 emails in a week asking to like collab with people and different brands and companies, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that little old me would ever be in this like position. And yeah, but yeah, I'm just so proud of myself, because obviously it took a lot of courage and confidence for me to ever start a YouTube channel, and it also took a lot of courage for me to be like putting myself out there on the internet, like Instagram and stuff. But I'm so happy that I did. I'm so proud that I did, because otherwise I would not be in this position right now, getting so many like good opportunities thrown my way. And yeah, I mean, the only way is up for me, right? So the next question is, have you completed a vision board yet? Guys, I have. That is true. I have completed a vision board, because obviously when my situation happened with my car, I felt so low. Really low, to the point where I couldn't see past this bad time. I could not see past this wall, because obviously driving is my life, my car was my life, it gave me freedom. Obviously if you suffer from mental health, then obviously you would understand where the car bit comes into it. You're able to get out and drive, you're able to get out and do whatever you need to do by yourself. But obviously at the minute it's walking vibes for me now, or taxis, because I hate buses, the bastards. No offence if you do get a bus, but you know. Basically what I did when I was feeling that low, I wrote out everything that I feared and everything that I wanted to change and everything that I've achieved in this year. And then before the year was up, I actually wrote a vision board. Well, I created a vision board for 2022. And yeah, I'm working through it day by day, and honestly since that thing happened with my car, I feel so much better. Like, I'm so relieved, I'm so relaxed. How I see it is everything happens for a reason, and at the end of it there's something good that always comes out of that reason. So I'm just waiting for something good to happen now, do you know what I mean? I just feel so happy and so lucky that I have such amazing supporters. And yeah, I mean, you know. So in my vision board, I'm not going to tell you what I wrote down in my vision board, but what I will say is that it basically just included things personal to me, like buy a new car, you know, move out, I want to collab with PLT and things like that. So just little things like that that I want to really go up to this year. And yeah, I mean, I would like a new job. Just some random little things that are personal to me, that are goals that I just want to be able to achieve this year. And you know, things like that. This is your sign to, when this video finishes, go make a vision board, write down your goals, write down your achievements, write down the things that you want to achieve this year, and set your targets. You cannot predict or plan your life ahead, but what you can do is that you can plan what you do to make you have a good life. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense, but you know. The next question I got was, you wear contacts? No, that is absolutely false. I do not wear contacts. I do get so many questions on my eyes there, like so many compliments on my eyes. That is just so nice. I think having compliments on your eyes just make you feel so like, thanks. Like when someone just says, yeah, you've got really nice eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, thanks so much. I don't know what it is. I just think getting a compliment about your eyes is just something different. I don't even know what it is, but no, I do not wear contacts. I take after my mum throughout with everyone in the family. I mean, I've got Kaylee's looks, and I've probably got her personality as well, because we're two crazy weirdos. I mean, if you've seen me and Kaylee on a night out, you probably wouldn't ever want to come across us again, because we're quite embarrassing, but it is what it is, we move. But me and my mum, my grandma and things like that, we've all got green eyes, and I think I take after my mum, so I've got the same blood group as her, which is very rare. I've got green eyes, same as my mum, which is also very, very rare. I'm also allergic to penicillin, and we've got the same like colouring of our skin and stuff like that. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't wear contacts now. So the next question I actually got was, do you over edit your photos? So that's, I'm going to say that's false, because I don't over edit my photos at all whatsoever. Obviously every single Instagrammer, whatever you want to call them, they do obviously edit their photos. Like I use sometimes Facetune for mine, or I use colour turn, because the colour turn that actually applies filters for you, but in like colour, so you can like adjust, you know, use brightness, contrast, strength, even like sharpen and like the erase tool and things like that. I don't over edit. Sometimes I do use the Instagram filters when my skin isn't up to standard, but obviously today it's nice. I never ever use filters for YouTube or things like that, but I don't over edit my photos. I don't need to over edit. Obviously if my skin is playing up, I do not ever come on camera or things like that when my skin is like really, really bad or stressed, because it just looks disgusting. And obviously your camera just focus on like the main areas of your skin, and obviously I don't want my camera to focus on my acne. Do you know what I mean? How disgusting is that? That's false. I don't over edit my photos, but as a normal human being I do edit my photos just to like get like the right contrast, the right colour, the right like angles and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's false, bitch. Next question is, you still live at home with your mum? So that is true. I do live at home with my mum, and obviously our dogs and things like that. I'm looking at moving out this year into like maybe a flat or something, just to get like my own independence, my own privacy. Now that I'm 25, I feel like I can't just constantly be with my mum. Do you know what I mean? I can't live here with my mum. I need my own privacy. My mum needs to obviously experience me moving out as well, which she'll probably get really, really upset by, as I am the youngest sibling, but it's life, you know. People grow up, people move on, people move out. It's life. Don't come for me, Jane. When Kaylee moved out, she cried for about 10 weeks and it was just an absolute jerk. And then when she moved out again, she didn't really cry, so hopefully she doesn't cry when I move out. So it'll probably set me off. I'll be home every other day anyways, getting meal preps for my mum, because obviously I just cannot cook to save my life. The only thing that I can cook is probably like fajitas, spag bol, pasta bolognese, you know, all of that good stuff. But like proper like full on like curry stuff, don't have a fucking clue. Bring my meals round every other day and I can just pay her like what I would do a takeaway. But you know, this question's really, really funny, because I'm just like, get a grip, you know. The question is, you edit your boobs to make them look bigger? That is completely false, and I'm only laughing because it's actually ridiculous how many people just try and like come on your Instagram and make you feel shit when they're like fake accounts. Do you know what I mean? But no, I am a 30E in my breast size. I was an F cut, but because I've lost weight I've gone down to an E. I was a double D as well, but then I put my weight on and then I lost it again, and then now I'm a 30E. Don't know how that works out, but we move. I've always had big boobs. Like I get that from my mum's side of the family. Kaylee's obviously took my dad's side of the family. She's got none, so sucks to be you, babe. I already have big boobs anyway, but yeah, I don't know what you mean by edit my photos to make my boobs look bigger. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, why would I edit my photos to make my boobs look bigger? Like, sometimes I don't even like my boobs like being on show in tops or things like that, because I don't ever wear a bra, because I found them I found the wiring just so uncomfortable, and I haven't ever found a bra that like fits perfect and fits comfortably around the girls. Do you know what I mean? But that's just ridiculous. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing, to like make your boobs look bigger in photos. But I mean, if you've got it, I'm gonna flaunt it out. I've definitely got them, so get a grip. False. Question. This question's a little bit interesting, so I'm just gonna read it out. Have you ever done sexual, intimate things with a girl before? No, that's a false question, so that is actually absolutely false. I've kissed girls on a night out, or like kissed my friends, like, you know, Happy New Year and things like that, but I've never actually like, you know, gone to town with a girl. I've never questioned my sexuality. Like, I am all for the men, I'm not for the girls. But I mean, if that's what you are, then, you know, I'm not judging you. I just think from my personal perspective, I mean, I'm just not, I don't swing that way, you know. I mean, but, you know, we've all kissed a gal, we've all snogged a gal, because I have. I think half of the female population have kissed a gal, but yeah, that is a false question. Next question is, do you have tattoos? So that is true, I do have tattoos. I've got this one here, which don't come for me. I know it looks like cabbage that I'm going to have on top of a roast dinner, but I promise you now, it's a rose. Like, maybe like 2 years ago, out of complete and utter, not like desperation, but like complete and utter like speed, like I just got it done straight away. Like, I didn't even have time to like, you know, design it properly or like really like go to someone who knew what they was doing. But yeah, this is like one of the most regretful tattoos I've got. I am getting it kind of fixed, I am getting it finished, I'm getting it extended onto my fingers, and then like I want shading here. But yeah, that is like a huge mistake I do actually have of getting my tattoo. Get this bit here, like that's just, it just looks like a big massive shitstorm really. Little rose here, this was meant to be for friendship, however 2 months down the line we actually broke out of a friendship. I was friends with her for 12 to 13 years, but yeah, I've not even got it covered up or anything because I still like it anyways. I just think it's a cute little statement tattoo that looks nice when you're tanned or when you've got like a nice outfit on. It is just cute. And then I do have like a little elephant at the back of my neck with like a little love heart at the top, that's for family. So I've got it, my mum's got it, and Kaylee's got it. So I've got it at the back of my neck, my mum's got it on the back of her ear, and Kaylee's got it at the back of her ankle. And that's all the tattoos that I have. However, I do want like a nice like script going down the side of like my ribs. So there was a song that my mum used to sing to me when I was a baby. It's by the Beatles, and obviously if you haven't heard of it before, it's called Blackbird. It's the only song that could get me to sleep when I was younger. My mum used to have it like full blast, and I used to just be out for the count. Then lyrics down the side of my ribs, because obviously it's like a sentimental type of tattoo that represents me and my mum. So the next question is, Kaylee is your only sibling? So that is false. So obviously me and Kaylee both have a big brother, which is obviously Daniel. A lot of my friends in my hometown and stuff like that work with Daniel, and yeah, there's nothing much to say to it. I think he's the oldest out of all of us, so obviously he's in his 30s. There's 4 years between Kaylee and Daniel, and then there's also 4 years between me and Kaylee. Kaylee's the middle child, and obviously I'm the youngest, so that is false. We do have a brother. So the next question was, you are a very spoiled child. So firstly, I'm not a child, I'm an adult. I wouldn't say I'm spoiled at all. I mean, I can pay for myself, I always pay for myself and things like that. However, I'm never without, like on Christmases and birthdays and things like that, I'm never without. My mum and my dad always go above and beyond for me. Even now that I'm still living at home, my mum still gets like meals in for me. Like if she goes to the shop, she picks me up like a bottle of drink or like some chocolate and things like that. But I wouldn't say I'm spoiled. I mean, back in the day when I was a child, then yeah, I was spoiled. But now I wouldn't say I'm spoiled, so I think that would be a false question. I'm never without, but I wouldn't say I'm spoiled. But like I said, like on Christmases and birthdays, and obviously my mum and my dad do go above and beyond for me, because obviously it's like, you know, it's special occasions and things like that. The next question is, have you ever had Curvid? So that is true. I think half of the fucking world have had Curvid. I did end up getting Curvid, and I obviously didn't have the vaccinations or anything, and I still don't have them now, and I wasn't really like affected by it. I mean, I actually was probably okay on day 6. The rest of the days it was just more like tiredness more than like poorly, if that makes sense. To isolate away from everybody in the house and stay in the bedroom, and that's when it was summer and like hot weather. So you can imagine me in my room whilst everyone else is drinking outside, having lovely little parties. I was in my room on my deathbed, so that was fucking great. Next question is, have you ever come across a brand that has been really rude to you, promised you a collab and not delivered? Yes, that is true. I have come across a few brands like that recently. So they've emailed me asking to collab, send out a free gifted product, and it's never come in the post. And then they've also emailed me back and gone, why haven't you put the post up yet? And I'm like, I've not received anything in the post. I've not argued with a brand or anything like that. If they've gotten rude to me, I just don't reply and I unfollow. Or if they say that they're going to do something and they don't, I also don't interact with that brand anymore. I just unfollow them and things like that. I mean, it's not really worth getting into an argument over a product that's been sent like to me for free. I was promised a few collabs over last year, didn't come through the post, and apparently they were sent with a tracking number, and when I tracked it through Hermes and Parcel Force and things like that, the number wasn't even existed. So I wouldn't say they're a bad brand. It was quite of a high up brand. I'm not going to say it on my YouTube, but it was quite of a high up brand. They are verified on Instagram and they do have like their own website and things like that. But yeah, it didn't actually come. So obviously they didn't end up sending me out anything else. And I think they must have thought that I was lying or something like that. But yeah, it ended up just falling through, which I was so gutted about, because that would have got me like in a really good position with my YouTube and my Instagram. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, baby. The next, oh my god, these questions are just ridiculous. Like, half of them are like my friends, but it's just funny. I've been involved in a sexual activity that took place with more than 2 people. So, no, I have not. So, I have never had a threesome, things like that. That's just not in my nature. That's not something that I'm into. No, never, ever, ever, ever. That's false. No, I have not, and no, I never will. Another question is, have you ever regretted a life choice? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to say that question is correct. That is true. I have regretted a lot of my life choices recently. That has resulted in me losing a lot of things. But like I said, we move, we go past it, it is what it is, it's one of those things. Life wasn't made easy, you wasn't put on this earth for you to have a perfect life, big money, you know, things like that. And obviously we all make mistakes. I'm not the only person in the world who's gonna make a mistake. Everyone does it every single day. It's how we learn from it that matters, it's how we take from that and we make ourselves better, we improve, and yeah. This question is, would you ever make an OnlyFans? False. How I see it is, I mean, no judgment if you are watching this and you do OnlyFans for your, you know, for your job, that's the only like income you make. I am not judging you, but how I see it is, I don't want to splurge my, you know, my body parts into the world, like on a international, UK, whatever, national website, because that's just not me. And I don't know, I just feel like it's something that you might have to have confidence for, and you're going to have to be single for, and I am none of those things. So, you know, I don't really want to, I wouldn't ever put my body on there and like, I don't know, I mean, it is, I can't even describe it. All I'm saying is, no, I'd never ever make an OnlyFans, ever, ever, ever. It's just because of my dignity and people who know me. Like, my dad's a Christian, so if he was to ever find out that I did something like that, he'd probably go batshit, and obviously it's not really worth it. Bearing in mind as well, it's not something that I actually want to do. It's never crossed my mind to ever like start up an OnlyFans account and like show my tits for a bit of cash, do you know what I mean? So the next question is, you buy your Instagram followers and likes. So that is 110% false. I didn't even know that you could do that. I actually had to look this up before I did the video, because when I saw this question and I was like, is that even a thing? And it actually is. You can actually buy followers and likes on your social media account, and I was like, how the fuck does that work? I do not. I've started from the bottom and I've worked my way up. I do not buy my followers or things like that. I've literally started from like 1k followers to like 4k. It's not that much, but thinking about it, I have actually done so well with my content and things like that. But no, that question is false. I like this question because it's funny. So yeah, question is, has a nude ever leaked online of you? No. That question is false. I don't send random people nudes. Like I said, it's not in my nature. The only nudes I send, I mean, I don't send these at all, like, to anybody, but like if I was to send a nude, it'd be to Louis. Like, you know, he's my partner, so I would just send him a nude if I was feeling that way out. Nude has never ever leaked of me online, and I'm so happy about that. But that's not me. The only way like an image of me could ever leak is if like Louis posted it on social media, which if he ever did, he'd just be gone. I'd go absolutely apeshit. I'd go so mad, and obviously it's just respect, isn't it? But no, that question is false. The next question is, are your mum and dad still together? So no. Question is false. My mum and dad have not been together for nearly 20 years now. I think they broke up when me and Kaylee was very young, which I'm so glad about, because if they broke up when I was this age, it probably affects me more, because I'm at the age where I understand things more. I have more knowledge of what goes on in relationships and things like that. But obviously, like when you're younger, you're just in like your own world, like, you know, so you don't really understand that. So I'm glad that they broke up back in the day more than in this day and age, because I think it would affect me and Kaylee more. My dad's never ever lived with me at my home with my mum. He used to just come round and see us and take us out and stuff like that. He never actually moved in, which again I'm kind of glad about, because obviously if my dad moved in and then obviously had to move out, it again affects me more. The question is, do you find your job hard work? So that is correct. That is a very true question. I am a care worker. Obviously if you are a care worker, you will understand the stress, the immersion as well. Like, you don't just wipe someone's ass, or you don't just make people teas, or, you know, hot beverages or whatever. You literally choose their outfit, you literally stay with them all the time, literally their only friend, really. Like, it's quite sad. However, I do love my job. It is literally like the first job I've walked into that I've loved so much. I have a very like bad relationship with jobs. I can either love it or I can hate it. There is no in between. But I love my job at the moment. It took me a while to like start my job, because my old friend was a care worker and she was saying to me, just go try it out, who knows, you could love it and not want to leave. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I went for it, I got an interview, and then I got the job and I started my induction. Went to my induction, the most scariest thing ever, because you have to like do like physical movement for you to get ready to obviously be a care worker. You have to understand about the equipment that they use and things like that. PPE during Curvid as well. My first shift was in August, September time, and I was shitting myself. However, I just grew to love it, and the more that I was doing it, the more that I was picking up on my own speed. I was picking up more of what the job entailed, and I just absolutely love it. The next question is, are you dating to marry? So, I mean, I want to say this question's true. What's the point of having a long-term relationship if you're not going to do anything with it? Do you know what I mean? I do want to marry, however, I'm still like in a yes and no type of mindset. Like, I think marriage is the most amazing thing to ever happen to a woman. Like, it's every woman's dream to like walk down the aisle in a white dress and have your family and friends around you. Because I know it's definitely my dream, but how expensive they are. I think it's just so much money just for a title and a ring on a finger. Yeah, I'd love to be someone's wife, you know? Another question is, you don't have a lot of friends. So that is actually true. I don't have a lot of friends at all. I can count my true friends on one hand, and that is extremely ridiculous. However, I love having a small circle of friends that I can just rely on. Having a big group of friends just means bitchy, and I am not about that. Like, I hate bitchy environments. So guys, that is the end of the questions. There was a few more, but this video is going to be like an hour long if I don't stop now. Hope that you liked the video. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and also comment down below what other videos you want to see from me. All the support is really appreciated. I hope you had the most loveliest night, and I will see you in my next one. bye.